Alright lads, so today we got some pretty exciting news because our next set of resurrectable characters have been data mined courtesy of Hiken, and in this case it is Confio on World Round 3, Aaroniero, Szayelaporro, and also Stark. Now this is even more exciting because for the most part it looked like Confio on World was only going to get resurrected once every 6 months. Like round 1 got resurrected at the start of the year, round 2 got resurrected on the anniversary. I honestly wasn't expecting this banner to get resurrected until the end of the year. But since it is getting resurrected now, that also potentially does mean that Tokinada is receiving his resurrection this time next month. And it also hopefully just means that we're going to start brute forcing our way through these Confio resurrections because a lot of them are quite behind on our current schedule. Either way, this is a Confio on World resurrection batch, so I'm kind of hoping for some good upgrades here. So first off, let's have a look at Szayelaporro, right? For the most part, I'm only hoping for really good links in this entire batch. There is potential they get good resurrections, at least make them a lot more usable, but we'll see how it does go. So in this case, he is a 12% recharge. I wouldn't be surprised, although it wouldn't be a good soul trait, and I don't really want to see that. Damage to poison. I don't think any character in the game right now has like a really high chance to inflict poison, and these damage to status element soul traits actually are or can be meta in Guild Quest content on characters that have a really high chance, almost guaranteed chance to inflict this status element, right? Because nowadays we're seeing characters with like insane levels of berserker, insane levels of full stamina, that these soul traits, these status element soul traits can actually be somewhat useful. But I don't think there's any character that has like a really high chance to inflict poison, so I think for the most part, any type of soul trait that increases your strong attack damage, full stamina, or more strong attack damage when at full stamina is going to be ideal for this particular character. When it comes to the skills, he has Sprinter +1, Poison Duration, Havoc, Frenzy 1, Devastation, Debilitator, and also Bruiser. Would love to see some Berserker value here, maybe more damage to poison enemies, maybe increased chance to inflict status elements, maybe even some full stamina damage, and of course also an 80% SP boost. Or actually, I guess in this case, they're resurrectable, they only get 50%. It's been a minute since we've reacted to resurrectable characters that are limited, so I kind of forgot what the skill cap is here. So we're going to use this character as an example of what to expect for the next 2 characters. In this case though, let's have a look what the character does pick up. So first up, his innate skill is Guard Break and also Last Ditch Survival 100%. I guess that kind of makes sense. Nice to see Guard Break thrown in here. And he also does have damage inflicted at low stamina. I mean, you know, I'll take it. I know it's not really that good of a link, but there can be a place for low stamina damage in the future if we get characters that want to be at low stamina, right? Right now, and kind of since its introduction, it's kind of been a gimmick. It's always been full stamina is better. I don't mind him getting the low stamina damage stream though, because he is a 12% recharge. We're going to get plenty of those in the future. And we already have plenty of really good soul traits. If I want to rock a low stamina damage build, it's going to be nice to have this particular character as a soul trait. Will I ever do that? Well, that comes down to if Caleb wants to do that for future characters. Scrolling down though, in this case, his Berserker value did go up to 50%. And this is quite a noticeable damage increase, I will be honest. I mean, he obviously is lacking the SP boost, but what we are seeing here is like a 124% damage increase. The increase is noteworthy here because like, he's still obviously going to compete with new characters, right? But he picked up a 50% Berserker and then 50% more damage at low stamina and then the extra 24%. I kind of like it. And I guess the character itself makes sense to be at low stamina because he does have the, you know, the revive and the soul bomb. And I guess now he has it built into the character, so you don't need to use your soul bomb, at least right away. But in terms of characters, I believe going from base to resurrection, this is one of the higher increases in terms of how much damage they're picking up from resurrecting. With our new characters though having like insane levels of damage output, I really feel like these characters need to also get Frenzy +2, but we've never seen Caleb change skills. So unfortunately, it looks like the best thing they can do for resurrections is literally just give them as much Berserker and extra damage as possible without ever affecting the base Frenzy 1, unfortunately. But thus far, I'd say it's a pretty decent resurrection. Again, quite a big damage increase here. Soul Trait is questionable on whether it's good or bad. More so whether it's usable. I don't mind it though, right? I think mine has access to some really good links. I don't mind the extra low stamina damage builds. And I guess if you wanted to go for a low stam build, a full low stam damage build, you can now technically officially do that. And by that, I mean, you can always do it before because Kugo is a 10% recharge and also 30%. But if you want to prioritize getting more recharge, well, now you can use Szayelaporro over Kugo. But then again, because Koga's a 14% recharge, you could get away using Kugo. And these are all premium alternative options, so I guess to a certain extent, we don't entirely need Szayelaporro's soul trait. But again, I don't mind low stamina damage soul traits. We just need to get more characters that want to be at low stamina. And I've been saying it for a while now. I think the only way to actually make low stamina damage good is to have an accessory or a character that literally starts the quest at low stamina. Or have strong attacks that reduce their damage every time they use an attack. Would it be good? I don't know, but I'd be down to see low stamina at least be more useful than what it is right now. Next up, we have Stark. Now, for the most part, he is the prize of the banner, right? I wanted to save him for last, but we are the Aaroniero channel. I am saving Aaroniero for last. I'm really hoping he also gets the better upgrade. But in terms of character potential here, Stark is actually a really good character, really good strong attack kit, really cool visuals to boot. One of my favorite Confield forms in the entire game. Let's hope he picks up a good resurrection. So first up, recharge 12%. Technique can definitely go for more really good soul trades, like, for example, 20% strong attack damage when at full stamina. That's the only soul trait I'm going to be really excited for. Of course, if he picks up strong attack damage, if he picks up just normal full stamina, I'll also take that as a W because I have this character max transcended. But 20% strong attack damage when at full stamina is what I want to see here. Hopefully, he doesn't pick up damage to burn, because again, I don't think there's any good technique character right now that wants to inflict burn. In terms of skills, though, I feel like he might very well see something very similar to Szayelaporro, where the character itself has Havoc already, so he doesn't need to pick up Havoc, but he is missing a lot of damage here. He has no Berserker whatsoever, because that's what BBS was at the time. Frenzy +1 at the time was all a character needed. So I'm expecting at least one of these characters to get an 80% SP boost or 50% and like a high Berserker value, maybe an increased chance. That's what you probably want to see with these characters. Considering Szayelaporro got a 120% damage increase, I would like to see the same thing for Stark in another way. Obviously not be at low stamina. Full stamina would also be really cool. Damage to burn, increased chance. Let's find out what Stark is going to pick up. Alright, so moment of truth, let's scroll down. His soul trait is strong attack damage inflicted at full stamina. That's what you love to see. He got 20% more damage at full stamina with the guard break skill. And then scrolling down, he got a 40% berserker increase and also damage to burning enemies plus 30%. That's actually pretty good. No SP boost, but he does get guard break. And we're seeing very similar damage numbers here, where every character is kind of getting a 100% increase. 40% berserker with the 20% full stam, with the extra 20%. That right there is 80% damage increase. And then he did get 30% more damage to burning enemies. So technically a 110% damage increase when everything is going to plan. The enemy is burnt, you have full stamina, and of course you're using your strong attacks. And technically it's a bit more because, again, he does have guard break. Would have loved for this character to pick up an SP boost, but I don't mind this damage increase, I guess. Of course, though, at the same time, because he does want to inflict burn, I would have loved to have seen an increased chance, but I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it. The main thing, though, that most people look for when it comes to resurrectable characters is their soul traits. That's the main reason why we get resurrections. And, of course, also the Yo's. Characters being, like, really good and playable makes it a lot more exciting, but at the end of the day, the main thing we are using it is the soul trait, and this is a really good soul trait. Very happy to see that. Very happy to have him max transcended just for this alone. Especially going into the future, right? We're getting a lot of characters with, like, really high berserker values, really high full stamina damage boosts. Soul traits like this are meta, and that's what you want to use on your characters. And right now, this is the second technique soul trait like this, the original one being 1,000-year blood will Uryu. So nice to finally have two of these. I'm always pretty much going to be using this soul trait on all my characters, especially someone like Gremmy, who already has like a 100% berserker increase, right? So W soul trait, resurrection, I think it's a good one as far as resurrection standards do go, but again, I would have loved to pick up an SP boost like with Szayelaporro, and hopefully like with Aaroniero, right? Because going into Aaroniero, right? Hopefully he gets a good one. I'm actually really excited for this. Recharge 12%. Would love for him to pick up full stamina damage. Maybe strong attack damage when at full stamina. That would be its third soul trait in the speed attribute, so I actually don't see him picking that up. He could get damage to weaken, which honestly wouldn't be that bad, because there are quite a few characters that like almost have a guaranteed chance to inflict weakening. You know, first character that comes to mind right now is Kenpachi and also Unohana. At least when you're playing with their guild quest, likely you are inflicting weakening. I could see Aaroniero pick up some full stamina damage abilities here, given the fact that he does have a heal on his soul bomb. One of the things he definitely needs to pick up here is a 20% havoc skill, because that was one thing he didn't get that the other two characters did get in the same banner. And that ultimately was because he got two, you know, immunities, right? Weaken and also paralysis. Considering the other two characters didn't get it, I would love for Aaroniero to pick up the SP boost. That'll be great to see. But overall, what we are going to see here is 4 new skills, right? So we're definitely getting Havoc. Probably Berserker, to be fair. I guess there's no situation where we can get an SP boost, Havoc, and also a Berserker value. Unless they want to just give him Berserker or strong attack damage through an innate ability, full stamina, soul trait, and then still give him the SP boost. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Hopefully, Aaroniero doesn't get the short end of the stick like he did originally when this banner kind of came out. So first up, Soul Trait is damage to weakened enemies. I kind of expected that. Havoc and Guard Break as an innate skill, that's really good. Scrolling down, damage to weaken, Berserker 30. It's not good. Why do you get like the lowest damage out of everyone? That kind of sucks. I'm a bit disappointed. Oh, man. I'm actually really disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. It's like the first time a Resurrection did disappoint me. Only because like the other characters just got better treatment. They got way better damage outputs. I mean, I guess to a certain extent, Aaroniero is going to get a big increase given that he now has Havoc. But only 30% Berserker is a bit low. At the same time, yeah, it's nice that he does 50% more damage to weakened enemies, but I mean, most of his damage here comes from the fact that I need to weaken and that he doesn't have an increased chance, right? Compared to Stark and also Szayelaporro, they just got way better damage. I think Szayelaporro might have gotten the best treatment in terms of damage output. A 124% damage increase. Aaroniero at the same time, though, is only getting, what, a 60, 70% damage increase, and most of its type behind inflicted is Datamine. That kind of sucks. For the most part, Aaroniero is going to play the exact same. I guess the Havoc, though, is actually quite nice. So I'm going to have a bit of fun playing with him again. It's going to be nice using him while he does have increased range. And the Guard Break definitely is nice too, so that's not too bad. But I would have hoped for some more, personally hoped for more Berserker value. Maybe an increased chance. Again, I would have loved for any of these characters picking up a 50% SP boost. I feel like that's kind of lacking here. The Soul Traits maybe could be decent. Again, I do think these Soul Traits have a place in the game. As far as links like this do go, though, for Aaroniero, he is the first of his type in the speed attribute, recharge, and also damage to weaken. And I guess, again, that could be good for characters like Kenpachi and, of course, also Yachiru, where most of the time they are doing their damage, the enemy is almost weakened, right? I know for the most optimal runs for both characters, you want to inflict weakening on every boss. So I guess that has a potential place in the game. But that's only really if you potentially want to min-max. More often than not, strong attack damage, full stamina, strong attack damage when at full stamina, for example, are probably the easier way to build your characters, let's be honest. So yeah, overall, I'm just more so happy that they're finally getting their resurrection, because I think CFYOW has been kind of delayed at this point. Like, we need to like start going through these relatively quick, and considering that we are slowly approaching the end of 1,000-year Butter resurrections, and by that, there's only like 3 more rounds to get resurrected, and that is the first 14 original rounds to be done. 1,000-year Butter resurrections might get put on hold for a while, and during that meantime, that's the time to start getting all these CFYOW resurrections out of the way, and then eventually maybe starting CFYOW resurrections sometime next year. So nice to finally see this character get resurrected. That should hopefully mean, by the way, that we are getting a second resurrection batch this month at the end of the month. And if it is a premium resurrection batch, that should hopefully mean it's going to be Ginzuru and also Toshiro. That should also hopefully mean that next mid-month, we are going to be getting Tokinada, Barugan, and also Halibar's resurrection. I'm also looking forward to that. In terms of what these characters have to offer, I mean, Szayelaporro is kind of interesting, giving his like really high damage increase. Stark is going to play better, likewise of Aaroniero, but none of their damage outputs are going to be anything super crazy to the point that you're ever going to use these characters over, you know, new characters, right? In terms of soul traits, Szayelaporro and also Aaroniero are a tad bit of a niche, but I definitely don't mind them existing. And then Stark is actually a really good soul trait. So Stark, good soul trait, really good power for any potential future and current technique character in the entire game. In the comments below though, let me know how you like to feel about these characters' resurrections. Hope you liked and enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.